The reason we start with the books here is because this was LEI's first major business. So, of course, Jim, leaving MIT, wanted his own organization to continue spreading the mission and learning behind the Toyota production system, which of course he has termed lean. So LEI has been publishing books since Learning to See, which came out in 1999, and you see a workshop going on right now. In the room is actually Legal Seafoods. It's actually kind of a combination between what I'll show later, which is the co-learning partners, and education. So each ticket is a workshop. It has the name of the workshop, the instructor, as well as when it's occurring. The tickets are tracking attendance. So each black dot represents a confirmed registration. The red line is the break-even point for the workshop, and the white line is the attendance goal. So this helps Kendra first make a decision about if we're going to run a workshop or not. So if we're below that red line, she kind of has to make a decision about whether or not to move forward with it.
So if I'm looking at this at the Transformation Summit, that already occurred, correct?
That already occurred, that's right.
So you did a good job here because I see that you were well past that.
Transformation Summit, yeah, attendance is really fantastic.
And you're looking pretty good on all the others, and this one looks like it's out. This is at the end of May, so
yeah,
it's probably still too early to tell.
It's a little early to tell, but that doesn't mean we're not a little bit concerned about, we only have a handful of registrations coming so far. So we actually met last week about this, and we decided to put the banner up on the website a little bit early so that it was getting a little bit more visibility to our folks on the web.
So MXN, this is where the collaboration that we're talking about today, YPO, WPO with LEI, that there are a bunch of members in the Chicago area that we should post on our MXN. So we'll talk about that later today.
Hi, I'm Deb McGee. I manage on-site education for LEI. All right, so this is our board here. We have 3 different sort of initiatives, right? We want to kindle the questioning mind, we want to encourage change agents, and we want to learn from the field. Okay. So it's not so much about selling workshops or training days, it's about connecting with the community and building the community.
And the most interesting one, I think, is Legal Seafoods, because it's a restaurant. We have never worked with a restaurant before, and we're attacking it on 2 fronts. It's a joint project with the Toyota Supplier Support Center, TSSC. Okay. Yep. They're down at the fish processing facility down on the harbor. So LEI has 3 large events we do every year. There's, of course, the Transformation Summit that just happened in Las Vegas. Then we have the Coaching Summit, which is aimed more at well, lean coaches, so people who are involved in want to learn more about how do you develop people through this method, and that's going to take place in July. And then we partner with the Theta Care Center for Healthcare Value on the Healthcare Summit. So this is what we call, or the events team calls, the OBEA.
And what's the translation for OBEA for those people that really don't know? Because that's a key component in most of the facilities that we'll go to in Japan will have an OBEA room, right?
Yeah, an OBEA, it's a Japanese term. It translates literally to big room.
Oh, big room.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
It's that simple. It's O, character for big, and then Ea, which is room. And it's a way for to capture, especially when it comes to big projects, you're interacting with a lot of different departments. So it's a space where you can capture cross-functional information. So it's stored in a kind of one place. You have a single truth to help manage a complex project.
So welcome to the Lean Enterprise Institute, where 20 people, only 20 people, punch way above their weight to try to change the world, make it a better place through lean thinking and practice. One of the ways we're going to do that, we're going to partner with YPO, and we're going to take some very important presidents, company owners, executives to Japan to see the birthplace of lean thinking. And we're going to have a blast, first of all. We're also going to learn a lot.
Yes, it is. That's where we're arriving. That's the Nagoya Airport, basically.
Nagoya Airport.
Nagoya.
And then this is travel by Shinkansen to Tokyo. We're going to depart Narita. And then wherever you see pink, that is training. That's where we're going to have some training. We have orientation that you and I are going to do together.
Perfect.
Then we have the Toyota Engineering Company, which is retired Toyota engineers. These are engineers. who are going to take us through a half a day of hands-on training with a simulation they have. And then over here is a seminar with Professor Fujimoto, Japan's top academic resource having to do with the Toyota production system, anything to do with Toyota, with its product development or TPS. Quite a fellow, and also very prominent professor in Japan, at Tokyo University.
Birth of Lean as well, so he's one of
So the articles that we're reading now, he was an author or co-author?
Well, he conducted the interviews that make up that book. That's right.
So, welcome dinner and farewell reception. Those are purple, and then we know where we're going to stay. There's something of blue here.
Hence the house.
Hence the house. And then these are kind of the main, I don't know about the main. One of the reasons we're going to Japan is to see these things. So we're going to see Toyota. This has changed a little bit. Well, we're going to go to a factory, Motomachi plant. Then we're going to see their headquarters museum briefly, and we're going to go up to the second floor for a reception with them for some discussion. So we're going to be met right at Motomachi plant.
Perfect.
Okay, we're going to go straight there. And then an hour and a half or so there, then we're going to go to the headquarters. We'll go to the, there's a museum there where we can kind of see it, and right on the headquarters, so you get to see it and feel it.
Yeah.
This is where it all started, where it all began. Have you been there?
Yes.
All right, and then we're going to go to, so Oguchi Parts Distribution Center. So one of the big things is how you make this just-in-time stuff work, where you have smaller volumes of material moving very quickly all the way around the world. So Saito is their top expert in that, and he's going to take us to their top place where they do that, which is Oguchi Parts Distribution Center on this day. It's going to be awesome. And then the next day is some training with the Toyota Engineering Company, and then we go from there. We're going to see application of the training that we get here. We're going to see it at GS Electric, and we're going to see it also at Mifune, which are both actually family, or at least this one is a family-owned company. It's the kind of place that actually could be probably a YPO member if they're not. You could do some recruiting while we're there, right? And then these are, of course, two YPO companies, Mori and Musashi Mitsubishi.
So these are new places for you guys to visit as well, which is fun. It's going to be fun for all of us.
Totally fun. And we're going to go and stay at a Japanese resort.
Yes.
We're going to be wearing summer kimonos. You're going to be dancing.
Oh, perfect.
You're going to be.
That's going to be a sight to see. Anybody that's ever seen me dance before.
You're going to be dancing and what have you. Then the next morning we go and then we take a Shinkansen to Tokyo for the seminar with Professor Fujimoto. And the next day, this is going to be awesome also. Akebono Brake is really, to me, very interesting Toyota supplier.
Right.
They're outside Tokyo, so they didn't grow up with Toyota during that period where they just kind of learned together.
Right.
So they came along more like in the 80s, so they had to learn it. The same way all of us do. So they're Japanese, they're closer, but they actually had to learn it from scratch, not like some of these others.
Yeah.
And they were already suppliers for like Nissan and Honda, so they had to learn a different way of working. And so they're going to talk, we've asked them to talk to us about how they work with different customers, like I think many YPO companies have to deal with, right?
Yeah. No,
right? And so how can you work with Toyota the way they need to work? That's not the way Nissan and Honda work. And so we're going to be able to see that up front personally. It should be, I haven't been there in a long time, but when I went there back in the 90s, it was really one of my favorite TPS companies to visit. And then Glory, where we're going to see Tadahiro's robots working, humanoid robots working alongside people, is definitely going to be awesome as well. So that should be, that'll be also a new visit, visit for me.
And Tadahiro's passionate about this, and robots working in unison. I think that all these companies, and even our companies, are going to evolve to something like that, some piece of our business.
That's right. Tadahiro's company also embodies this whole theme we chose, Monozukuri, making things. Hitozukuri, you have the social side, how you develop people as well. And his company also has a good story about that we're going to hear over there. He's a great guy.
Great. Thanks.